So in any financial statement, the first thing that you come across is known as sales. This sales, by the way, is also known as bottom line, sorry, top line. It is also known as top line. And why it is known as top line? No rocket science. This figure of 1000 or sales is known as top line because you can see in this statement, this is the line which is appearing on top of the statement, and that is why the sales is also known as top line. So when someone is saying that how is the top line of your company, what he or she is asking is how is the sales of your company. Now what we do, from the figure of sales, we deduct the first cost that we incur in a business. And remember, what is the first cost that we incur in a business? It is nothing but raw material cost. It is nothing but raw material cost. So let's say our sales is 1000 and the raw material cost that we are incurring is 300. So we deduct 300 from 1000 and that is our raw material cost. Now what we do? Now we deduct the second cost. And what is the second cost that we incur in any business? It is nothing but manufacturing cost or manufacturing expenses. And that is your second cost that we incur in any business. Incidentally, this manufacturing cost is also known as conversion cost. And why it is known as conversion cost? No rocket science again. This manufacturing cost is the cost that you incur for converting the raw material into finished goods. So since you are incurring this manufacturing cost for the purpose of converting the raw material into finished product, and that is why manufacturing cost is also known as conversion cost. So when someone is saying manufacturing expenses or when someone is saying conversion cost, remember they both are referring basically the same thing. So now this raw material cost and the manufacturing cost or the conversion cost put together is also known as COGS, and that is cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. So globally, when you add the raw material cost and the manufacturing cost together, the combined total is known as cost of goods sold. What does it mean? It means when you deduct from your sales the figure of the material cost and the figure of manufacturing expenses, what you get in your hand is known as gross profit. It is known as gross profit. So a sales minus material cost minus manufacturing expenses is what you get in your hand is your gross profit. In other words, from the sales, when you minus the COGS, what you get is your gross profit. Now this gross profit, friends, is also known as gross margin. So कुछ लोग इसको gross margin कह के बुलाते हैं. Some people call it as gross margin. Some people call it as gross profit margin. Some people call it as gross value addition. Some people call it simply value addition. Some people call it gross contribution, and some people call it gross contribution margin. And remember, they all mean the same thing. So that is your gross profit, and this is how the gross profit is arrived. Now the question that should come to your mind as to what is the significance of gross profit. So what does the figure of gross profit signify?